Hello, as some of you might know, I live in Canada. Specifically, I live on the Canadian prairies, and this time of year that means cold and wind. And I don't know if you can hear the wind right now, but it's currently about minus 10 degrees Celsius, which is actually pretty warm for this time of year. But the wind is blowing like crazy right now. And the wind just makes it miserable, and it causes the snow to drift and blow in my yard. Last week we had about 8-10 inches of snow and 70-kilometer-an-hour winds, and we had lots of drifting and that at my shop. My parking lot was pretty full. I could get through it with my truck because it's a four-wheel drive, and it wasn't too deep. I could get through it, but I needed to clear the lot, and I don't have anything yet that I can use to clear the lot. So my brother, who lives not too far away from my shop, has a side-by-side with a plow on it, and he was good enough to bring it over, and that's it there. And we plowed the lot out with it. It makes pretty easy work of it. I had my 9-year-old son was on it with my brother, and he was plowing snow. So it's pretty easy to operate, but there's a really bad design, a real weak spot in the blade on this thing. And the blade has a turntable on it, so you can angle it. And the idea is that the turntable has these slots, and then it has this bar which won't even rotate anymore. And the bar is supposed to be straight, and then it drops into one of those slots and holds it at that angle. Well, they put the bar so far away that as soon as you hit something near the outer edge of the blade, it just bends the bar over. And on Sunday, when we were cleaning it up, I straightened this bar out 3 times before we finally just gave up, and I put some C-clamps on to get us through the day. So I told my brother I'd fix this for him. And my plan is to, this turntable has an upper and lower piece, and this bar, which attaches back to the side-by-side, it swivels around that bar. So my plan is just to drill through the upper and lower turntable and the bar, and at various places drill the turntable, and then just use a pin that'll drop through and hold it. And it should be a hell of a lot stronger than this really crappy design. Anyways, I'm going to take this off and set it up on my radial drill and see if I can put some holes in it. Now my plan is to mark here in the center. This is up in the air so it can rotate around where it needs to go. So I'm going to get the blade square. This is 2 inches wide. So I'm going to mark over 1 inch and make a mark. Then I can line the spindle of the drill up with that. I don't have to be extremely accurate. When I pick that up, then I can lock the spindle in place. And then I can center drill, and then I can drill right through just a touch larger than a diameter of the pin I want to use. Then I can rotate this around to where I want it, and then I can drill again. And when I drill again, it'll drill through this and the lower piece, and it'll just pass through the hole in the 2-inch bar here that was already drilled on the first hole. And then I'll move it again. There's center and then 2 each way. So I just have to drill 5 holes. So now I'm just going to rotate the blade and spot the holes. I'm just going to eye up the position. Well, the blade was done. I installed it back on the side-by-side and took it outside and tried it out, and it worked good. No trouble. Didn't go off to one side or anything. Nothing broke, so I think it's strong enough. You can see it's covered in snow. The only thing that was a little bit awkward was the, as you can see, the bolt I'm using, which is just a socketed cap screw, is hidden under the snow. And with mitts on, it's hard to get a hold of the head and pull it out. So I'll get a pin with a handle on the top that a guy can grab with mitts on, and then that problem should be solved, and it'll be easy to change the angle of the blade outside. Anyways, it worked out okay, and now we can keep the yard clean. Thanks for watching. Bye.